What do you remember about that first game against the Leafs that you can take into the one tonight?
So that was a hard-fought game. Really good pace to that game. There was a physicality to it, an intensity to it that I like to see out of our team this time of the year and out of our competition. I thought it was a fun game to play. And you look at both teams; they're in really similar situations, almost identical record. Both teams trying to climb the standings a little bit, so I think it should be another good one here today. But it definitely had some pace and some intensity to it. It was, even though it was high scoring, I think teams did a good job capitalizing on their chances. But it was, it was a pretty tight checking game as well.
What's your sense of what it means to have Gabriel here, traveling with you guys, practicing regularly?
Yeah, I think it's big for our team. Like, not only just like the energy and that's a little bit contagious throughout our group, and we see him on the ice. The guys are excited for him, but I think like all the guys that have known him for a long time and know what he's been through for the last pushing 3 years now, and how hard he's worked to try and get back to a return. I think the guys are optimistic and really hoping that he's going to be able to do it. So just from on a personal level and from a teammate level, but I think. He provides a lot to our team, and a lot of it isn't measured on the ice, so it's good to have him around.
What's the plan? Is it like, could he do a conditioning stint down in the A? Is that the plan?
We haven't got that far. Yeah, like he's still working his way to return, and as you know, it hasn't been a linear return to play. We're still hopeful and optimistic, but we really don't know what the future is going to hold for him here over the next few weeks. He's got a plan in place to skate some days and not others, and hopefully get to a point where he can start taking a little bit of contact, and then you just got to keep evaluating and see how he's responding to the different steps that he's going to take on his return path.
How difficult has it been to watch him go through this, and what has he shown through this process in terms of just his love for this game?
Yeah, tremendous amount of resilience and mental toughness, I think, because even just the short-term injuries, if there's any sort of trouble with them, or you're not healing as fast as you want, and your goal is just to get back with your teammates and play the game you love, it can be frustrating when you're going through something like he's gone through now, almost 3 years. I think there's those peaks and valleys and return or repeat, like sort of setbacks, or things don't go the way you want them to. I think that can get frustrating and can be hard mentally. So like his mental toughness and his will and want and drive to get back and play hockey again and help our team, I think, has been exceptional. And so sometimes it's tough to watch, and then other times you just sit back and you're proud of what he's been doing.
Speaking of
when you face Mitch Marner, what goes into the game planning?
Well, like most good players or great players in the league, I think you got to be aware of where he is on the ice, and then you also have to really work hard to check the puck back when he has it and hound him. And skating to check is something that's really important. But you got to try and take away time and space and playmaking ability every chance you get, because he's willing to hang on to it. He's willing to make you miss, and so you got to be really dialed into what you're doing and make sure you got the right guys out against him every chance you get.
Guys like MacKinnon seem to get better every year. What have you noticed about his season? What has stood out to you?
Super consistent, again this year. It's hard, like someone asked me this morning, is he having a better year than last year? And I think in some ways that he is. Our team was a little thin at the start of the year, lots of injuries, more onus is on those top guys to help you win games on a nightly basis, and wasn't always easy. We had some struggles, but I think like guys like Coyle and Nate really make the difference, and both of those guys, I think, from a consistency standpoint and just making sure that they're getting production on a nightly basis is they've been a huge part of like where we are right now in the standings. So I think there's a bunch of areas that he always tries to work on in his game and improve year to year and through the course of the season, but dedicated, committed guy for us again this year and super consistent.
Mackenzie feeling better?
He is, yeah, he's playing good.
What can you say about
your management and how they've, I mean, from the beginning of the season, your goaltending is completely different. Up the middle, Nate notwithstanding, it's almost completely different. I mean, it's almost a refurbished team.
Yeah, it really is. There's 9 new guys in the lineup. A lot of key players in the lineup. The strength down the middle with the addition of Nelson and Coyle, something that we felt like we needed to improve on the back end with Lindgren, and also Drury in the middle of the ice, Netcash. Like, there's so many changes that I just, like, they were steadily saying they were going to do what they could do to try and help our team. I mean, you got players like Nate and Cale, and you don't want to miss out on opportunities if you think you have a chance to win. And I think those guys always give you a chance to win. But finding guys and being able to fit them in under the cap can be a challenge, right? And so I think they did an outstanding job showing belief in our team and kind of having a real good understanding of what we needed and trying to fill in those spots. Because there is some challenges with Landy being out, right? You go into the year and you're hoping that he's going to make a return. You can't spend all his money, and you know, so like that can hamper you in the off season, which is probably one of the reasons why we started a little bit thin, and some of the injuries had something to do with that. But to be able to kind of revamp our roster on the fly is pretty impressive.
What did you learn about Netcash?
He's an interesting guy. Like, really, like, loves to skate with the puck. Is a dynamic player. Yeah, like there's a lot to like. He's fun to watch because, you know, a lot like you're watching Marner, like guys that want to skate with the puck, hang on to the puck, make plays with the puck, and you know, there's a little bit of flash to their game, but it's still a responsible guy. He's been well coached in the past, and yeah, so he's a lot different than Mikko. But I think that he can continue to grow to be a super dangerous player in this league.
Your last ones, guys.
Is it fun as a coach to get new guys, like give you some juice? You've been here a long time. Things change a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're always looking to, you know, add to your group a little bit and mix things up, and then that kind of happens naturally, you know, for our roster. Like, we haven't been able to keep a lot of the guys that we've liked over the years, so you're looking at replacement guys that can provide a little bit of the same or something different. And what I really like about the team, you know, and some of our additions is we've got a little older, a little more experienced, all guys that are like well-established, good team guys, and they provide a little bit more personality to our room in different ways. And, you know, so I think that that's helped build the energy in our group off the ice, which I think is carrying over onto the ice as well with their experience.
There's been talk of energy levels across the league after the Four Nations. How have you found them with your group, Nate and Coyle especially?
Yeah, pretty good. You know, like obviously coming out of it and playing the back-to-back, they hit a little bit of a wall. We tried to give them some time off after those first couple games and really sort of pay attention to it. And now we're getting close enough to the end of the year where we're having a lot of optionals and kind of saving our, like doing our improvement in the video room and just making sure we're understanding, you know, what's hurting us, what's helping us, and then not getting a lot of reps in practice with some of the travel that we've had. But I think they came through that all right. You know, I'd say the week following was a little bit of a challenge, but they do a really good job of taking care of themselves off the ice, so they've been pretty good at since then.
What's the most you
Last
about
one.
Charlie Coyle in particular?
I like his 200-foot game, like both sides of the puck. Like he's obviously a trusted defender in all situations, penalty kill, all that. He's helped us. Right-handed face-off guys helped us, but he's that line for us has found a way to contribute consistently since he's been here. So that's a big addition when you can get more offensive production out of a line like that. He's kind of sparked Kiviranta and Colton, and they've got really good chemistry. So they've helped us win a lot of games here, so just in the short time he's been here.
Really amazing guy, but he's very detailed in his game. I think for him, he's so good on both ends of the puck. Obviously, they use him in all situations here. They have him around the top of the power play, and they also have him on the PK. So, in my opinion, he's a really exceptional player. He's a lot of fun to play with, and tough to defend as well because he's so skilled and fast. So, yeah.
Cale, on the winning goal of Four Nations, they broke it down and they showed that you and Mitch kind of made real quick eye contact when you rang it around your boards. I mean, for guys that don't play with each other that often, I mean, how highly intelligent in terms of a hockey sense do you have to be able to make that contact at that speed?
For him, at least? Yeah. I think he read the situation really well. It was kind of a weird play. We literally made eye contact. Like, I looked at him and then just tried to rim it to him, and then obviously McDavid filled the middle. And I guess for those guys, for forwards in general, I think your main goal is to find space on the ice, and he's really good at doing that. And, he identified that their D wasn't flexed on him, and he stayed down low and gave us a little bit of time, and then his pickup on the wall, obviously exceptional, and to make that play is a completely different thing. So to be able to do that under pressure with guys coming at you is pretty impressive.
How would you describe the run MacKinnon is on? Obviously, he's been incredible for a while now, but what are you seeing from him?
I mean, it's nothing new to us. I see the process that he does every single day, and it's something that he earns and goes out there every game, and it's just impressive to watch and be part of. For him, it's just the day-to-day process. I feel like he's gotten better every single year, and there's so many things that he adds to his game year in, year out, and that's what makes him, in my opinion, a really exceptional player.
What's the biggest thing he's added this year?
Oh man, there's so many things. He's added a couple like different shots to his category. I think he's gotten away from the one-timer a little bit, and then there's a little more quick snappers. But he's such a competitive guy, but it's a fun guy to play with, that's for sure.
When it comes to Mitch, what did you learn about him during Four Nations that maybe we as the media and fans might not see?
Yeah, kind of touched on that, but again, I think he's a very competitive, committed guy. Obviously, I know all the media here tend to give a lot of guys a hard time, but I think he's a really complete player. He plays well on both ends of the ice, and he's an incredible facilitator as well. And, playing with him in Four Nations, I found that he was always kind of in the right areas on the ice, and that's, especially as a D, it's easy to find guys like that. So he definitely reads the play really well.
What do you like about how the team's going during this 8-0-1 run you're on? What do you like the most about how the team's operating?
Yeah, it's fun right now. Obviously, when you're winning, it makes it fun, and guys are starting to find chemistry. Obviously, a lot of additions throughout the year, so you got to find it at the right time. And for us, we just got to continue building it and find ways to be better defensively, and then also create offensively, and hopefully continue it tonight.
Prime example like this, that it's just all the little things that he does, and he does them consistently, and that's what makes him who he is. He's not, a person who goes above and beyond in the camera's on, does that, and then just kind of he's that way how he is every single day to every person, gives everyone the time of day, no matter who you are. He's just a normal dude, and you like playing with those guys, you like cheering for those guys, and you wish all those guys success. But that's just how he is, 24/7. Every day. It's just what you're going to get when you see Brandon Carlo, and you love what you're going to get because he's such a good dude.
What your initial few more guys, Charlie, of Nate MacKinnon coming over? What stood out to you?
His focus, his drive, how he takes care of himself. I love playing on his team rather than trying to contain him. It's not fun the way his hands go a million miles an hour, his feet are going a million miles an hour, and he can put you in a pretzel so quick. Just the power and explosiveness of his game and his skating is, I don't know if anyone skates like that. I don't think anyone does. But it's pretty cool to see and witness and see how he works in practice and things like that. Like the behind-the-scenes stuff that you don't see when you're playing against someone, how they work. It's not just given to them. Like they work at it and get better and better, and he's a prime example of that.
Is MacKinnon?
MacKinnon, yeah.
What about Makar?
Same deal. They're, I don't know. That's why hockey's so great. Is like there's so many great players like that, but are different in their own ways and how they have success in what they do to be the players they are. Same thing, like his skating, not the same as Nate's, but just so elusive, and the way he can stop on a dime and pick up again, and then again you're trying to contain him in your own zone playing against someone. He's at the point. Not fun. And then once you have a little lapse, he just throws one right by you, and it's usually a tip or it's in the back of the net.